Think you know where finance is headed in 2025? Well, you better think again, because it's not going to look anything like 2024. There are some new emerging trends that will really surprise you. The question is, are you ready to ride the wave, or are you going to get left in its wake? Stick around, and in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to prepare for these trends and become a leader at your company. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Mike. I'm a senior finance leader, and over the last decade, I've worked in finance everywhere from brand new startups all the way to the Fortune 100. Over the last 2 years, I've watched trends and change accelerate faster than ever before in the field, with things we all know like digital transformation, so much talk of AI. But there's a few more trends that are a lot closer to home and will have a day-to-day impact on your career in 2025. These trends started to bubble up in 2024, but were largely pushed to the side with some other things happening in, compliance and the focus on generative AI. But this year, they're really going to take off. And I want to help you not only prepare for these trends, learn about these trends, but become a leader so you can accelerate your career by being the voice of these trends in your company. This is not just going to be a boring list of trends you've heard a million times. This is going to be your survival kit for 2025. I'm going to show you how to prepare and then go a step further and show you how to lead these trends. Because playing catch up, that's not going to get you anywhere in 2025. So with that out of the way, let's get started. We're going to unlock 2025's top trends for business finance. Here's our first trend: strategic data harvesting. What is strategic data harvesting? The era of collect all the data you possibly can is over. This is the era of big data, just scrape everything in, every single piece of information we can get our hands on, just pull it all in. We need to focus on relevant, high quality data. Here's why this is important and why the era of big data is over. AI tools and any other tool we're going to talk about relies on clean, high-quality data. Also, as cloud storage continues to expand, this is becoming a major cost for companies. So on one hand, you have the need to limit the size of data collection and storage because it's starting to get really expensive to pay all these third-party cloud companies. And second, you need better, cleaner data, and you can't clean and make all of the data better, which is why you have to get the right data. In 2025, what you need to do is prioritize the quality of the data over the quantity of the data. And as you bring in that data, it's not only important to collect the right data, but as that data comes in, to clean it and transform it so it's usable and readable by all of the other tools we're going to talk about. You also need to adopt smarter analysis techniques to uncover actionable insights. This is where you become a leader, because once you have the data, you have to do something with it. Otherwise, it's pointless. Otherwise, it's a waste of time and money. All data should lead to actionable insights. And here's how I get any piece of data to turn into actionable insights. To turn any set of data into actionable insights, I use the rule of 3 whys. What is the rule of 3 whys? Well, anytime you find a variance or a business problem, you ask why 3 times. What this will do is this will get you to the root cause, not just the symptoms. Why is our labor expense over budget? Well, we had more labor hours. Why did we have more labor hours? Well, we opened a new store and we misestimated how many hours it would take to run. Why did we misestimate how many hours it would take to run? Well, this new store wasn't set up, a lot of the equipment was missing, and we're not ready to run it with the normal workforce. Okay, so we learned 2 things. First of all, this is a short-term problem. We need to get all of that equipment in so we can run a smaller workforce. And 2, we need to plan for this for future store openings and change what we're doing. That's what this means with 3 whys, is get to something that is actionable, get to where you can make a recommendation that changes the business. So that's strategic data harvesting. Enjoying this video so far? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single one of the videos I've got coming up that will help you prepare to succeed in 2025. Number 2, Not just AI, but AI-driven forecasting. So far, generative AI has had limited use cases in finance. You see it in a lot of places like fraud, where we can analyze large data sets and look for outliers, but it hasn't really penetrated the FP&A space or a lot of other functions yet. But this is the year that that's going to happen, but it's going to look different. It's not going to be just running every process. It's going to have very specific use cases. AI-driven forecasting is going to redefine finance with faster, smarter, and more accurate forecasting. Notably, it doesn't remove you or me from the process. We're going to use tools like machine learning and natural language processing, which together we call AI, and these tools are going to help run the forecasting on the back end. This is going to give us predictive models that help us test our own models and give us insights that we may not otherwise notice. AI is fantastic in noticing things like outliers, seasonality, emerging trends. There's all these things that it can pick up on to influence our forecast. And the biggest use that I'm seeing is something called challenger models. This is where you build an AI model to run a forecast on your entire business purely using the historical data and any adjustments available to it. You then compare that to the forecast from the business and understand why the two are different. It could be that the business is seeing something that we need to take account for. It could be that the business is sandbagging and not giving an accurate forecast. So to stay ahead of this, you need to start integrating AI today. You need to start understanding the abilities of AI. I have a lot of great videos on this. I'm going to put the video right up here for you. This is going to give you a deeper dive into where AI is today and how you can start using it in your job. In 2025, you're going to see the rapid expansion of predictive analytics. As we turn from analyzing the past to analyzing the future, predictive analytics are models that allow us to understand what may happen and, most importantly, develop a range of scenarios that you can use to plan and run your business against. You need to master the ability to interpret these predictive models. These are models that are generated by things like Python, R, or proprietary software that different platforms have. These models are important because it's not going to give you the right answer. It's going to give you the possibilities, and you need to evaluate what those possibilities mean. Your job is to help make decisions by creating scenarios and running sensitivity analysis so that you can help the business understand what risks are out there, what opportunities are out there, and how to leverage those going forward. It's all about driving action, just like we've been talking about. It's not necessarily that you will need to know how to build predictive models. If you want to learn it, awesome, but it's more about knowing how to work with these as these tools expand, and again, how you can help drive action. In a world of AI where processes are being automated, everything is about how you can help the business with recommendations and drive action. Next is enhanced business partnering. Now, in this field, we've been talking about business partnering for several years. You're like, well, why is this on here? This is the year it is truly going to skyrocket because, again, as we get more AI tools, more dashboard solutions, more automation solutions, the role of the analyst is going to be purely to support the business because the tools are there, it's all running, and now you need to help the business drive action. The critical piece is that success now requires cross-functional collaboration. You need to learn how to work with marketing, with sales, with supply chain, with industrial engineering, because the value that finance brings to the table is going to be in helping drive action. And finance doesn't exist in a silo to drive action. In fact, aside from debt strategies and cash flow, finance can't directly drive action because we're not the business. So you need to have the ability to work across the company to get action in the areas as you're asking your three whys, how you can get that information. The most important thing you can do is to improve data storytelling. This will help you influence decisions and drive actions. I've got a great video on data storytelling as well as a book on it. I'm going to put the video up here for the data storytelling, and I'll put the link to the book down below. Highly recommended. Big passion project of mine. For this, you need to focus on communication and soft skills. They matter more than ever before. The interesting thing is, I believe in an AI world, technical skills also matter more because you need to understand how all these new technologies are working. But at the same time, your soft skills will be critical. As processes are automated, you'll need to have the ability to influence and drive action more than ever before. Which of these trends do you think will impact your business and your career the hardest? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear, and I respond to every single one. So that's enhanced business partnering. Now let's talk about the last trend, which is integrated planning. This kind of goes hand in hand with enhanced business partnering because it's about bringing the company together. It's about aligning finance with the entire business strategy for better outcomes. This means aligning financial goals with the realities of supply chain, aligning financial goals with the realities of the sales process, aligning financial goals with the reality of marketing initiatives and what the operation can deliver. Not just planning and forecasting in a silo, but bringing together all of these disparate pieces, all of these disparate specialties into integrated long-term strategic plans, one-year budgets, and short-term forecasts. Just like with enhanced business partnering, you need to break down silos and foster collaboration between functions. Finance is in a unique position that we support every single department at some level. Every department has a budget, every department is spending money, and every department connects with finance. That puts us in kind of this unique centralized position where we can connect departments that don't normally talk. In a lot of companies, even though they should, you'll never see marketing talk to supply chain, even though marketing is generating the demand and supply chain is fulfilling the demand. But finance works with both of these groups and can bring the conversation together using a consolidated forecast. This is where you need to leverage integrated planning tools. As you think about planning tools, don't just think about the dollars and the numbers. You need to be using driver-based forecasts that can build both a bottoms-up and a top-down view of the business to understand what's happening everywhere, where there's disconnects, and how you can help align it. This is a great opportunity as we think about those top-down. Going back to one of our first trends, AI-driven forecasting can build those top-down models while you spend time working with the business, fostering collaboration, and building the bottoms up. If these trends got your wheels turning, go ahead and share this video with someone who could benefit and make sure to like the video. And now here's a super secret bonus tip for 2025 for those of you who stuck around to the end. I've kind of hinted at this when I mentioned that finance professionals need to become both more technical and also more soft skills. But 2025 is going to be the year of the T-shaped finance professional. What this means is that you have broad experience across the business. That's the T. You can speak the language of operations. You can speak the language of marketing. You understand how accounting works, how treasury works. But then you also have one area where you develop in-depth experience. And this can be something like financial modeling. This can be learning things like these systems we're talking about, becoming the AI expert. But you need to be both. You need to be able to plug into every area of the company. Again, as processes automate, you're not going to be sitting around building reports or literally building forecast models because we're going to be automating a lot of that work this year. But you need to be able to support the business, bring people together, foster collaboration, while also being the go-to person for something. If you want to succeed in your career, you need to be able to plug in anywhere, speak very well about business, bring a lot of value to the table, while also being the person who is known for something, the person that people go to, because then you are top of everyone's mind. You can plug into any room, but you're also adding tremendous value for the company. And that's our secret sixth trend, is that every finance professional needs to focus on being a T-shaped professional. Those are the people who will never be replaced by AI because those are the things that AI can't do. If you take away just one thing from this video, it's that you can't just let these trends happen to you because that's how you get left behind. Just like how 20 years ago, Excel was the new big thing, some people got on, some people got left behind. That's what's happening now with these new trends and technologies. These are the next Excels. And by taking the time to study the trends, develop your skills, and prepare yourself, you'll not only succeed, but you will be a leader for years to come. That's it for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.